Guys, today is 5th December 2023 and we are reading News Today section of Vision IAS. Our today's first news is Asian Development Bank launches Building Adaptation and Resilience in the Hindu Kush Himalaya Initiative. Asian Development Bank ADB launches Building Adaptation and Resilience in the Hindu Kush Himalaya Initiative HKS initiative building adaptation and resilience for building adaptation and resilience. The initiative will help equip Bhutan and Nepal with essential information and enable them to invest in effective climate adaptation and facilitate for understanding of risk, enabling decision making or disaster risk reduction, adaptation measures, risk transfer solution including insurance. As per ADB, Asian Development Bank, HKS Hindu Kush Himalaya region is warming faster than the global average and 75% of glaciers in Bhutan and Nepal could melt by end of century if global temperature rises 3 degrees Celsius. Economic losses in Hindu Kush Himalaya from disaster totaled $45 billion from 1985 to 2014, more than any other mountains region in the world. This is the highest data. HKS means Hindu Kush Himalayas extend for the Hindu Kush Valley in Afghanistan to hill and mountain system of Myanmar. It is home to largest ice reserves outside of the polar region, feed 10 major rivers including the Ganga and sustain the livelihood of billions of people. Initiative to protect HKS means Hindu Kush Himalaya. ICIMOD यानी इंटरनेशनल सेंटर फॉर इंटीग्रेटेड माउंटेन डेवलपमेंट ICIMOD ICMOD means International Center for Integrated Mountain Development and intergovernmental institution working toward climate resilience. Resilient HKS Hindu Kush Himalaya Monitoring and Assessment Program HIMAP coordinated by ICIMOD, National Mission on Sustaining the Himalaya Ecosystem, launched by India as part of the National Action Plan on Climate Change. So now we'll know about ADB, Asian Development Bank. Asian Development Bank established in 1966. Its headquarters in Manila, Philippines. ADB's objectives are envision a prosperous, inclusive, and resilient and sustainable Asia and Pacific while sustaining its effort to eradicate extreme poverty in the region. Role of ADB: assists its members and partners by providing loans, technical assistance, grants, etc. Members, 68 members are here. India is also a member of ADB. 5 largest shareholders, Japan and US, each with 15.6% of total shares. China with 6.4% share, and India is 6.3% shareholder, and Australia is also 5.8% shareholder. So there are most 5 countries there are shareholders in ADB: Japan, US, China, India, and Australia. Initiatives to protect Hindu Kush Himalayas we know. Now we'll know about next news. Our today's next news is UK Biobank opens world's biggest set of human genome sequence to scientists. UK Biobank has shared complete genome sequence from its 5 lakh British volunteers, which could be assessed by scientists for research about the genome and its sequencing. The genome is the entire set of DNA instructions found in a cell. In humans, it comprises it comprises 30 pair of chromosomes, thread-like structure of DNA. In cells, nucleus and a small chromosome in cell mitochondria. Dio, dioxy, deoxyribonucleic acid DNA is the molecule that carries genetic information for development and functioning of an organism. DNA contains unique chemical codes determined by the order of adenine, cytosine, guanine, and thymine. Adenine A, cytosine C, guanine G, and thymine T are four nucleotide bases present in DNA. Genome sequencing refers to figure out the order of DNA nucleotide in a genome, the order of A's, C's, and G's and C's. Means adenine, cytosine, and guanine and thymines. These are four order of code determined. The chemical codes are of DNA. Key initiatives for human genome sequencing. Human Genome Project launched in 1990, completed in 2003, covered about 92% of the total human genome sequence. In 2022, Telomere T2T consortium sequenced the entire human genome 100%. Genome India Project GIP and IndiGen program are launched by India. Next news is empowered local governance key for forest restoration and management finds study. New study shows that empowering local communities through formalized community forest management CFM for community forest management leads to effective management and restoration of forests. CFM means community forest management is a practice in which indigenous people and local communities manage forests in harmony with nature. After Odisha in 2016, Chhattisgarh became the second state of acknowledged community forest resource CFR rights within Kanger Ghati National Park in 2022. Scheduled tribes and other traditional forest dwellers recognition of Forest Right Act 2006, also known as Forest Right Act, provide the recognition of right to protect, regenerate of conserve or manage CFR. Significance of CFM. CFM means community forest management. So we'll know now significance of CFM. Encourages participation by rural people whose livelihood depends mainly on the forest resources, and strengthens collectively rights of local communities through participation of decision making and adequate benefit sharing. Prevents deforestation and forest degradation. Chipko movement contributes to climate stability and justice to forest dwelling communities. Ensures food security, proper land tenure, and sustainable livelihood. Challenges associated with CFM: lack of technical and administrative capacity, non-clear demarcation of boundaries, unsustainable use such as uh, use such as commercial fuel wood, head loading, etc. Next news is India surpassed Montreal Protocol targets, says report by MOEFCC and UNDP. India surpassed Montreal Protocol targets. According to the report, India exceeded the 35% HCFC, means hydrochlorofluorocarbon phase out goal, achieving a 44% reduction from the 2020 baseline, and has also eliminated HCFC, means hydrochlorofluorocarbon 141B. SCFC means hydrochlorofluorocarbons are employed as refrigerants in production of new equipment. Hydrochlorofluorocarbon 141B is used as blowing agent in production of rigid polyurethane foam. India will also phase out the use of hydrochlorofluorocarbon in new equipment manufacturing completely by December 2024, ahead of the Montreal Protocol schedule 2030. Montreal Protocol 1987, when it had been done. So, what is Montreal Protocol 1987? It is a global environmental treaty to eliminate the production and use of ozone depleting substances ODS. Ozone depleting substances ODS. It was implemented under the Vienna Convention adopted in 1985, and it came into force in 1987. It was adopted in 1985 Vienna Convention. It was implemented under Vienna Convention. Vienna Convention adopted in 1987. In 2016, Kigali Amendment to Montreal Protocol was adopted to phase down production and consumption of hydrochlorofluorocarbon, means HCF. SCF are non-ODS alternative to CFC, chlorofluorocarbon and hydrochlorofluorocarbon. HFC means hydrofluorocarbon. Hydrofluorocarbon is a alternative for chlorofluorocarbon and hydrochlorofluorocarbon. What is the alternative? Alternative is hydrofluorocarbons. Hydrofluorocarbon is an alternative for chlorofluorocarbon and hydrochlorofluorocarbon, means HFC. HFC is a non-ODS alternative for CFC and HCFC, but their global warming potential is thousands of times than the carbon dioxide. India's initiative to address ozone depletion, ratification to Vienna Convention and Montreal Protocol, 3-stage hydrochlorofluorocarbon phase-out management plan, India Cooling Action Plan ICAP to provide access to sustainable cooling, ozone cell in MOEFCC. About ozone and ODS. What is ozone and what is ODS? We know just now that ODS is ozone depleting substances. Stratospheric ozone, good ozone are found at 10 to 40 km above Earth's surface and protects Earth from UV radiation of sun. ODS are human-made chemicals containing chlorine and bromine like chlorofluorocarbons, CFC and HCFEs, and tetrachloro, etc. ODS are chemical containing halogens like chlorine, bromine, etc. And chlorofluorocarbons, CFC, and hydrochlorofluorocarbons and tetrachloride, etc. all are ODS after reaching stratospheric and undergo catalytic reaction that depletes stratospheric ozone formed in troposphere are harmful and it's called bad ozone. Now we'll know about India's space regulator, Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center in Space launched Seed Fund Scheme SFA. India's space regulator, Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center means in space launched Speed Fund Scheme SFS. Seed Fund Scheme. Seed Fund Scheme SFS support startups in collaboration with National Remote Sensing Center ISRO, operating in areas of urban development and disaster management using space technology. Startups in urban development focus on urban planning, telecom, navigation, broadband, water management, etc. Similarly, disaster management offers opportunities for startups in geographical information system, early warning and monitoring systems, climate change monitoring, etc. SFS means seed funding schemes. Seed fund scheme has provision of providing financial assistance of up to 1 crore in addition to membership support, training and networking opportunities. So what are the objectives of SFS means seed fund scheme? Some objectives like facilitate new and innovative technologies development in space sector, provide opportunities for private players to leverage space technology for societal benefits. In space means India's space regulator, Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center means Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center in space. InSpace is an independent nodal agency under Department of Space to stimulate private investment and innovation in space industry. It acts as an interface between ISRO and non-governmental entities. Other initiatives for private sector participation in space like Space Tech Innovation Network (SPIN), public-private collaboration for startups and small and medium enterprises in the space industry. Next, India Space Policy 2023 opens up space tech sector for enhanced private participations. Next is India Space Association ISPA. About the Indian space startup sector, increased funding from Rs 28 million in 2020 to Rs 112 million in 2022 due to rising demand for cost-effective satellite manufacturing, reduced launch costs, etc. As per Space Tech Analytics, India is sixth largest player in the Industry International having 3.6% of world space tech companies at as of 21. Now we'll know about the next news is India Meteorological Department IMD forecasts cyclonic storm named Cyclone Michong. Michong. As per the IMD, India Meteorological Department, Cyclone Michong has intensified into a severe cyclonic storm. Maximum average surface and wind speed in range of 89 to 117 km per hour, and would make landfall in coastal districts of Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. Name Michong was proposed by Myanmar, which signifies resilience and fortitude. IMD means India Meteorological Department issues color-coded alerts for upcoming weather events and their severity. Green is no advisory, yellow is be aware, and orange is prepare, and red is take action. Cyclone is a large-scale system of air that rotates around center of a low-pressure area. National Disaster Management Authority classifies cyclone into tropical cyclones. There are tropical cyclones and extratropical cyclones. We'll know about both types of cyclones now. Develop in region between tropics of Capricorn and Cancer is called tropical cyclone. Once again, develop in regions between Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn means 23 degree 30 minute north and 23 degree 30 minute south. These two lines, between these two lines, if any if any cyclone develops, it called tropical cyclone. Move to east to west. Move from east to west. Its direction is east to west. East to west. Conditions for their information: large sea surface with temperature higher than 27 degrees Celsius, pressure of Coriolis force, etc. Originate only over the seas, and on reaching land they dissipate. Known as hurricanes, Caribbean Sea, Gulf of Mexico, and typhoons, Western North Pacific. Typhoon in Western North Pacific, and hurricane in Caribbean Sea and Gulf of Mexico. It called hurricane in Caribbean Sea and Gulf of Mexico. It called hurricane, and typhoon in Western North Pacific area. So now we'll know extratropical cyclones. What are the extratropical cyclones? Also known as a mid-latitude cyclone. They occur outside tropics. Move from west to east. They are low pressure system associated with cold fronts, warm fronts, and occluded fronts. Occluded fronts. Front is a boundary between two air masses of different temperatures, can originate over land and sea. Now some short news also in news. First is India Society Security Association, ISSA, International Social Security Association, Employees State Insurance Corporation, ISIC, BEGS. ISSA means International Social Security Association. Vision Zero 2023 award at 23rd World Congress on Safety and Health at Work in Sydney, Australia. ISSA, Employees State Insurance Corporation means ISIC, ESIC Employees State Insurance Corporation bags ISSA Vision Zero 2023 award at 23rd World Congress on Safety and Health at Work in Sydney, Australia. Headquartered at Geneva, Switzerland, it was founded in 1927 under auspices of International Labour Organization. Auspices. Auspices of International Labour Organization means ILO. In 1927, headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland, it was founded in 1927 under auspices of ILO. It is the world's leading international organization for social security institutions, governmental departments, and agencies. It aims to promote dynamic social security as the social dimension in the globalizing world by supporting excellence in social security administration. India is a member. Next is mitochondrial DNA, mtDNA. Mitochondrial DNA. Scientists use mitochondrial DNA to trace the origins of mummified baboons in ancient Egypt. Mitochondrial DNA is a circular chromosome found in a cellular organelle called mitochondria. Mitochondria are the site of the cell's energy production and other metabolic functions, hence also known as the powerhouse of the cell. They are found in cytoplasm of cell. Offsprings receive mitochondria and consequently mitochondrial DNA from their mother. Nuclear DNA is found the cell nucleus, inherited equally from the both parents. Our next news is accredited compensatory afforestation ACA. Ministry of Coal has proposed 579 hectares of reclaimed land under ACA program, means accredited compensatory afforestation accredited compensatory afforestation ACA. Ministry of Coal has proposed 579 hectares of reclaimed land under ACA, means accredited compensatory afforestation program. ACA means accredited compensatory afforestation introduced under Forest Conservation Rule 2022 is a system of proactive afforestation to obtain approval for non-forestry use of land. Under ACA, people and governmental entities can raise vegetation on fallow land and sell it to project developers who need to meet CA targets. Before this, Forest Department undertook compensatory afforestation CA only after approval of the diversion of forest land for non-forestry use. CA is a mandatory under Forest Conservation Act 1980 for non-forestry use of forest land. Our next news is Africa Green Industrialization Initiative AGII. Africa Green Industrialization Initiative. African leaders launched AZII, means Africa Green Industrialization Initiative, at 28th Conference of Parties, means COP 28. 28th Conference of Parties. AZII, Africa Green Industrialization Initiative, aims to accelerate green growth of industries in Africa and attract finance and investment opportunities. In acro in incorporates elements of sustainable development goals, and Paris Agreement discourages use of fossil fuel and its production, which causes global warming. It marks a con- concrete step concrete step toward realization of Nairobi Declaration, acti- activating private sector lead scaling up of green industrial clusters. Our next news is Samakka Sarakka Central Tribal University CTU. Samakka Sarakka Samak Sarak Sarak Samak Samak Sarak Central Tribal University CTU. Central University Amendment Bill 2023 was introduced in Lok Sabha to establish Samakka Sarakka CTU in Telangana. CTU will promote advanced knowledge uh, by providing instructional and research facilities in tribal art, culture, customs, and advancement in technology to tribal population of India. Samakka and Saralamma or Sarakka, a mother-daughter duo, fought against levy of taxes on tribal people during conditions by the then Kakatiya rulers in 12th centuries. Samakka Saralamma Jathara, state festival of Telangana, is the largest tribal religious congregation in country, held every 2 years biannually in Telangana. Our next news is Mount Marapi. Why it is in news? Volcanic eruption in Indonesia occurred at Mount Merapi, island of Sumatra. Is not Mount Merapi, island of Java, as reported earlier. Merapi's eruption happen suddenly and are hard to predict. Merapi's eruptions are not triggered by deep magma movement that cause detectable tremors on seismic monitors. Instead, the source is shallow and close to the peak. Indonesia is situated the Pacific Ring of Fire, where the collision of tectonic plates causes frequent quakes and major volcanic activities. This is the picture of Mount Merapi. We move toward next news. Arogya Maitri Ad Cube. World's first portable hospital, Arogya Maitri Ad Cube, was unveiled in Gurugram, Haryana. It is a modular trauma management and aid system designed for rapid development in mass casualty incidents. Whether in times of peace or war, it is made up of 72 detachable mini cubes, each being specified a specialized station for emergency response and humanitarian efforts. These cubes are light and portable and can be rapidly deployed anywhere from airdrops to ground transportation. It can be treat to 100 patients. It is designed indigenously under Project Bhism, Bharat Health Initiative for Sahyog, Hit and Maitri. Next news is Hornbill Festival. 24th edition of Hornbill Festival began at Naga Heritage Village, Kisama of Nagaland. Kisama. US, Germany and Colombia are country partners, and Assam is the partner state for this year's edition. US, Germany and Colombia are the country partners, and Assam is partner state for this year's edition. Since 2000, the festival is organized annually in first week of December by government of Nagaland. It aims to encourage intertribal interaction and promote cultural heritage of Nagaland. It is named after the hornbill, tropical bird, which is displayed in folklore in most of the state's tribe. It's also called the festival of festivals. This is the picture of what is its name? Hornbill Festival. This is the picture of Hornbill. Now we'll know about personality in news. Sri Ramaswamy Venkataraman. Sri Ramaswamy Venkataraman, birth in 1910 and death in 2009. Birth anniversary of 8th President of India, Sri Venkataraman was observed. He was born at Rajmadam, Tamil Nadu. Contributions: he was an active participant in Quit India movement of 1942 and was detained for 2 years for his activities. In 1944, he established many labor unions for the welfare of labor force. He was a member of Constituent Assembly. In 1952, he was elected the first parliament. Also served as Vice President of India. Ethical values: integrity, compassion, and tolerance, etc. So we read our today's news. This is the picture of Ramaswamy Venkataraman. Sri Ramaswamy Venkataraman. Okay, thank you. We'll meet in next video.